Hello, friends. Welcome to BetCraft. Okay, your home of share football predictions and analysis. Okay, we saw yesterday how we fared. We saw our games yesterday. Seeing 7 wins out of 9. Okay, and believe you me, that's a good result. And I know that most of us, won games yesterday. And for those of us who won yesterday, congratulations. Okay, you keep winning. All right, as long as you're with BetCraft. All right, let's move on. And today we have a lot of games going on, and we also brought some of them and made the in-depth analysis on those games, and we're here to give you the verdicts that we made on these games. Okay, before we go ahead, okay, if this is the first time you're coming across our video, please do well to subscribe so that you do not miss out on our subsequent predictions. Okay, that being said, we head to the business of the day. Today we're starting with the Belgium League again. We will have Cottridge coming up against Royal Antwerp in the Belgian League. We're looking at, we'll also, as usual, we take a look at how they fared in the past 20 and then also the recent past. In the past 20 for both sides, you see that the home side, have managed 4 wins and have had 5 draws and 11 losses, while the away side, Antwerp, have seen 11 wins, 5 draws and 4 losses in the past 20 games they've had. And also looking at the recent games for both sides, we see that the home side have seen 2 wins and 3 losses in the past 5 games they've had, while the away side have managed 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss in the past 5 games they've had. And we could say that Royal Antwerp is a better side, a side with better quality in this encounter, and we expect the away side to come up with the scores in this very game. We expect an away win, seeing that in the past 2 encounters for both sides, head-to-head, Antwerp have defeated them in the past game by 6 goals to 0. So we expect Antwerp to win this match outrightly. Okay, going to the next game that we have for you, also in Belgium League, where we have RWD coming up against Anderlecht. Okay, and also looking at how both sides have fared in the past 20, we'll see that the home side have managed 4 wins, 4 draws, and 12 losses in the past 20 games they've had, while the Anderlecht, on the other hand, the away side, have seen 13 wins, 6 draws, and just 1 loss in the past 20 games. Okay, looking at how they fared in the recent past, we can as well see that in the past 5 for the home side, they have lost 3, and they have had 2 draws in the past 5 games they've played. And for Anderlecht, you see that Anderlecht have won the 5 out of 5 in the past 5 games they've played. So they have been able to dispatch all opponents in all their previous 5 games. So in this very encounter, also we expect Anderlecht to pick up the spoils and win this match outrightly. Okay. Also considering the fact that for head-to-head for both sides, on the last 2 occasions, Anderlecht have defeated this side, on 2 occasions that have met in the past. And in this very encounter, we expect Anderlecht, which is their away side, to take the spoils, to win outrightly. That's our verdict. And the next game also is in England, where we have Arsenal FC coming up against Brentford. And we can also attest to the fact that Arsenal has been doing so well recently. They are the team with the most goals in Premiership at the moment. Looking at how they have fared in the past 20, we'll see that they have been able to win 13. They've had 2 draws and have had 5 losses in the past 20 games for Arsenal. And their away side, Brentford, have seen 5 wins, 2 draws, and 13 losses in the past 20 games they've had. And looking at in recent performance for Arsenal have only managed 4 wins out of 5, losing 1 to Porto in the Champions League. And also seeing Brentford in the past 5, they have lost 3. They've had 1 win, which was against Wolves, and then the last game they had was a draw against Chelsea. And in this very encounter, we expect Arsenal, who is in the very fine form at the moment, to pick up the spoils. Outright win for the home side. Arsenal wins. That's the verdict for that very game. And the next game that we have is in French League 1, where we have Lorient, who is ranked 14 in the league, coming up against Lyon, who is ranked 11 in the French league. And looking at in the past 20 for both sides, we see that the home side, Lorient, have been able to have 5 wins and 4 draws and 11 losses in the past 20 games, while Lyon, on the other hand, have seen 11 wins in the recent 20 games and have also seen 2 draws and 7 losses in the past 20 games they've had. And also looking at the recent performance for both sides, we see that the home side have seen 4 wins out of 5, while the Lyon have seen 3 wins out of 5. Seeing also having lost to Lens in the last match and also having a draw. against Strasbourg. Okay, bringing all of this together, we could see that these both teams are evenly matched, and we're sorted to goals verdict in this very encounter. We expect at least an over 2.5 goals in this very encounter. Okay, so the next game of the day is in German Bundesliga, where we have Werder Bremen coming up against Borussia Dortmund in this German encounter. You will know that we look at the past 20 for both sides. We'll see that Werder Bremen in the past 20 have managed 6 wins, 6 draws, and 8 losses, while Borussia Dortmund have seen 7 wins, 9 draws, and 4 losses in the past 20 games they've had. Looking at the recent past, also we'll see that the home side have seen 2 wins and 2 losses and 1 draw in the past 5 games. And Borussia Dortmund have managed 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss also in the past 5 games they've had. And in this very encounter, these 2 teams also are very much evenly matched. Looking at how they fared in recent past, and we're sorted to goals verdict. And in this very encounter, we expect at least 3 goals also in this very encounter. So the verdict is over 2.5 this very encounter. And to the next game that we have, it is in Italian Serie A. We have Bologna, who is in very fine form at the moment, is going to come up against league leaders Inter Milan in Italian Serie A. And looking at how they fared in the past 20 for both sides, you see that the home side have had 13 wins out of 20. They have had 4 draws, and they also had 3 losses, while the away side, Inter Milan, have seen 16 wins out of 20. They have also had 3 draws and 1 loss out of 20 games they've had so far. And looking at how they have fared in the recent past, we see that for Bologna, in the past 5 games, they have won all the game 5 over 5 in the past 5 games. They have defeated all their opponents, and also Inter Milan, the same way, they have defeated all their opponents in the past 5 games they've had. And also looking at head-to-head in the last time they met, so that they had a draw, 2-2 draw, at home to Inter. And on the away side, we saw Bologna defeating Inter on the other head-to-head match. So in this very encounter, it's very difficult to arrive at a verdict. But in this very encounter, we expect at least another 1.5 goals, 2 goals minimum in this very encounter. That's our verdict. And going to the next game, it's also in Serie A, where we have Genoa coming up against Monza. Okay, and these are Genoa is ranked 12 and Monza is ranked 11. They are very much closely matched teams, and we look at how they fared in the past 20. We see that Genoa have seen 7 wins, 7 draws, and 6 losses, while their away side Monza have seen 7 wins, 6 draws, and 7 losses in the past 20 games they've had. And in recent past, we see also that Genoa have managed 1 win, 2 losses, and 2 draws in the past 5 games, while Monza have seen 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the past 5 games. That loss coming against AS Roma in Italian Serie A. Okay, and we expect in this very encounter the away side, who is in better form, to come up with some sort of result in this very encounter. And it is the away side to either win or draw. That's our verdict for that very game. And the next game that we have is in Portugal, where we have Rio Ave coming up against Braga in Portuguese League. You can also see that Rio Ave, the home side, is ranked 13 in the Portuguese League, while the away side, Braga, is ranked 4th in the Portuguese League. And looking at how they fared in the past 20 for both sides, we could see that the home side, have seen 3 wins, 9 draws, and 8 losses in the past 20 games they've had, while the away side, Braga, have managed 11 wins out of 20. They have had 3 draws, and also they've had 6 losses in the past 20 games they've had. And looking at how they fared in the past 5, we see that the home side we have managed just 1 win. They had 3 draws and 1 loss in the past 5 games they've had. And the away side, Braga, have seen 4 wins out of 5, losing 1 to Karabakh in Europa Conference League. Okay, bringing all of that together, we know that the away side, Braga FC, is actually fancied. The side fancies to take up the sport in this very encounter. It is our side to win in this very encounter. That's our verdict. And go to the next game that we have for you is also in Portuguese League, where we have Victoria Guimarães coming up against from Lixau. Okay, in Portuguese League, look at how they fared in the past 20. As usual, we will see that the home side have seen 12 wins out of 20. They have seen 4 draws and 4 losses in the past 20 games they've played. And away side have managed 5 wins, 7 draws, and 8 losses in the past 5 games they've had. Okay, in the recent past, for both sides. We'll look at how they fared. We'll see that the home side have seen 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the past 5 games of head. Also, the away side have managed just 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 losses in the past 5 games of head. And bringing all that together, we know that you see that Guimarães is much more fancied. Also, noting that they have defeated this side last year, October, from their away side, from defeating from Marseille in that last time. Okay, we expect the home side to come up with the sport in this very encounter. Okay, and going to the last game of the day, it is in Spanish La Liga, where we have Cadiz coming up against Atletico Madrid. And as well look at how they fared in the past 20. You can see that Cadiz in the past 20 games have just managed 1 win and have had 11 draws and 8 losses in the past 20 games of head, while their away side, Atletico Madrid, have seen 10 wins, 3 draws, and 7 losses in the past 20 games of head. And also looking at how they fared in the past 5, we'll see that the home side have managed only 3 draws in the past 5 games, and they have had 2 losses also in the past 5 games. And their away side, Atletico Madrid, have seen 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw in the past 5 games of head. One of those losses coming up against Inter Milan in the UEFA Champions League. And that led us to the conclusion that in this very encounter, we expect Atletico Madrid, their away side, to pick up the scores outrightly. And that concludes our predictions for the day on BetCraft. Okay, and I hope to see you win. I hope that your ticket goes green today. Okay, remember to play responsibly as well. Do not put your entire fortune in betting. Also, remember to bet, carefully. Do not put more than 5 in one particular ticket. In that way, you guarantee success in this betting endeavor. Okay, that being said, if you have not subscribed, remember to do that so that you do not miss out on our subsequent games. Okay. I hope to see you again tomorrow. There are a lot of games that is going to happen tomorrow, and we're going to also come up with these predictions on this channel, BetCraft. And that being said, keep winning. See you again tomorrow.